folk? How's everyone doing today? And welcome to another exciting episode of Certa Pro Painters presents Montes at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montes. I hope everyone is doing fine and magnificent on this Make It Happen Monday edition of the show. Hope everyone had a great and fantastic weekend. Hope it went great for you and fine for you. I'm going to try to commandeer all this right here at one time in one moment and make sure that we all systems will go. Yes, and we have our people with us now. There we go. All right, so we all situated. We got StreamYard on board. Good afternoon, StreamYarders. Good afternoon to you as well. But I hope everyone had a great weekend. Today is the final day to get your Santa request gift in to the people. Everybody has a gift that they want. Today is the day, the final day you get to put that request in. This is it. No more last minute or I should have known. No. Today is the day. If you don't want to tell me, you get nothing. You get nothing. We have to be strict. We have to be strict. Now I believe in getting the baby something for Christmas. But here's things what we're not going to do, folks. No mopeds and no go-karts if you live in an apartment building. We're going to be smart financially this holiday season. We're going to do what we can afford, all right? Not with our eyes. We're going to buy what's really in our wallet and our bank account. We're going to do that. We're not going to shop with what? Our eyes. Because what happens? Our eyes get us in trouble. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. Again, thank you to everyone that sent out birthday shouts to my youngest boy. To my Dre Jr., who turned a big 3-2. Thank you again for all the birthday shouts out for him. Do you celebrate your kid's birthday with them when they over 21? Do you go out and get crunk like it's your birthday? Do you do that? Do you do stuff like that? I mean... Is that normal? Is that a normal thing for you to take the celebration like it's your own celebration? Because I have 6 birthdays throughout the year. I celebrate well, the twins, I break it up. I have a celebration for their birthday, but I do 2 in one day. But I celebrate their birthdays with them as well. Like I'm turning their age. You got to have some creativity nowadays. I mean, look at what they're doing at bachelor parties and bachelorette parties. Look at the creativity that's out there. What they're doing at 30th birthday parties and 35th and 40th and so on. Look at what folks are doing. You got to think outside the box nowadays. Nobody's doing the same thing as they used to do back in the Disney. You got to get with the Joneses. But if today is your birthday, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary or any type of celebration, or like my sister, you just closed on a house. Congratulations to you. Keep up the good work. If you off today to the rest of the year, those of you know who you are, chillax. Take a day to do nothing. Just have a day to do nothing. I'm telling you, it works. It's therapeutic. Shout out to the crew in Oklahoma City. Shout out to the boys in Oklahoma City. Mike, Robert, Swollen Man action figure, Jack Reacher, and their families this holiday season. To the Menden clan as well. Sometimes you got to give shouts out to your crew, your boys. You might not do things as much as you used to. People gotten older, jobs, families, parents are getting older. It limits travel, but when we do get together, it is a great time. Food, laughter, and love. I think that's what we all need, right? If we keep it real simple and to the point, what gives us happiness and joy, I guarantee you there's food and laughter somewhere in there. Food and laughter is in there somewhere for sure. Before we get into the show, something is going on in the sports world. I just can't fathom this at all. As a person, as somewhat of a human, that for some odd reason, athletes are being burglarized when they're out playing their particular sport, when they're having away games. So you mean to tell me, besides if I'm in the gated community or not, let's just be a normal athlete. We're not a big household name, but I've been in the league 5 years. Somebody gonna be at my house. Somebody will be there, and it'll be a four-legged animal there as well that's not playing around. I don't get how an athlete that's a household name leaves his house completely empty. You don't trust nobody? The decisions that people make once they get money and or fame leaves me baffled. How you work so hard to get all this but don't protect it? You don't want nobody in the house? What you got in there? I don't want to blame the athlete, but damn, somebody knows something. Oh, there's nobody over at their house. You can go on through there anytime. There's nobody over there, especially when you're on the road. Okay, boys and girls. Let's make it happen Monday. And I guess that's what happened over the weekend with the Army-Navy game. Go Navy beat Army. We did a good job, didn't we, huh? All my military folk out there, huh? Hand salute to them, huh? Pop tall, all my military folk out there. I guess probably twice a year, I really get to think about the military a whole lot. I did not go to the academy, of course, but I did serve in the United States Navy. I'm sorry, the world's finest Navy. And watching that game in the military and meeting people that went to either academy and they telling you the stories about being in the academy, being on a football team, either a starter or a backup, but just being a part of the team. It was a fascinating stories I'd never forget. So the game is not like a high-scoring shootout like everyone expects. That game is a whole lot more than football. What gets me about that game is the setup to the game, the pregame show, the stories of people that have played the game, went to either academy, served their country, moved on, or still serving their country, or moved on to something completely different from the military and from the game of football. I love the pregame stories that they tell about the Army-Navy game. I'm not going to lie. That fourth quarter was something else. The things that happen in the fourth quarter is just important what happens in the first quarter. Because the fourth quarter gives you the outcome of the game. There were several games outside of the Army-Navy game that people forgot all about the fourth quarter. I'm talking high school, HBCU, D3, college football, and the NFL. You got to do what, Herm? You got to play the whole game, son. There's nothing in any rule book to play half of the game, a third of the game, a quarter of the game. You got to play the whole game. You got to finish strong. It's not hard you finish. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. Why people don't ever remember those things right there. But that was a game well played, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But the pregame was pretty damn cool. All the former military people they talked to, some that went on to serve their country, and some, went straight into corporate. Some even gave a shot in the NFL or other sports. But it's just the fact that they played in that game was a part of those institutions. I just love how they do that game every year. Now, I heard through a lot of conversation during the game that the game is being moved up. It won't be so late in December due to the conference championships, due to that. There's a lot going on in college football that we may need some aspirins this morning. We may need some medication this morning. We need to lay on a couch this morning and get things off our chest concerning the sports world. From college football and what happened yesterday in NFL, there's somebody right now just going to go to work. You don't need to. Tell them Dre said you can't come to work. Too much happened in college football and in NFL this weekend. Too much. If you get into an argument at work today, I have one question when the police get there or HR get there. Who is their sports team? Who is their sports team? Who? It matters. If you don't believe me, call the counselor. And I think a lot of you don't know this. We're 10 days away from Christmas. So you don't have that window to do anything that's going to get you in trouble. But if you find yourself getting in trouble, I love to tell people this because you're not getting out of jail to win first of the year. Because there's nobody there. So if you find yourself in need of legal representation, and the choice of attorney is an important decision and should not be based on this advertisement alone. But if you find yourself in a little bit of trouble, call the counselor at 314-675-0377. Woo, woo! Gotta look out for people. Because people make mistakes during the holiday season. Especially in that relationship world. Because people do what? Leave their phone laying around, and what happens? Somebody go on the phone and do what? See a picture or read a text message. What happens? You get to putting your hands on each other. You break the Christmas tree. You done stepped on the baby presents. All that can be avoided. All of that can be avoided. Let's just practice safety with our cell phones during the holiday season. You'll thank me later. I don't think what transpired yesterday, it can really summarize how a lot of people feel this morning. Because a lot of football fans, what do, folks? What do they do? If they have someone in that household that does not believe in them when they get to watching sports, where do they go to? The internet. Or the strip club. Or that liquor bottle. Or someone you should not be talking to. Someone that happened to this weekend. Probably this morning. Because of what happened in the world of football. And I think after we read the list, because it is Monday, it's Furniture Moving Monday. Furniture Moving Monday. Furniture Moving Monday. Furniture Moving Monday. Brought to you by St. Louis Best Moving LLC. It's getting that time of year where you got to make that decision. Are we moving? Anybody helping? Anybody got a truck? We can eliminate all that by giving St. Louis Best Moving LLC a call at 314-669-5971. Residential or commercial. We're going to get it in today. We're going to get it in today. It's one of the fastest moving, I guess, segments of the show that we do now. It's called The List. And The List is being brought to you by my dude, the STL Truck Hillbilly, or John Gibbs. Go see my boy, my dude, down at Don Brown Chevrolet at 2244 South Kings Highway. New pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. This is the guy you need to talk to. Tell him Dre Montes sent you. Dre Montes. Talk to him. Talk to John Gibbs down at Down Brown Chevrolet, located at 2244 South Kings Highway. And the list is basically things I came across. We don't have to get deep into it, but maybe I just need to mention it. We all know Saturday was 8 degrees. As a person that likes to walk in the morning, that walk was different. Walking, standing, waiting on the Metrolink is completely different at 8 degrees than you leaving your house, getting in a car. Don't ever try to compare that with us. We don't want to hear that. You cold too. How? You got heated seats and your car warm in 3 minutes. Come on now. Got time for that. But Saturday was different. There was no college game day on ESPN. What are we supposed to do? See, we got to figure out what to do. The way they just abruptly take stuff away. We couldn't have a best of. We couldn't have a best of. That was very tough to get through. Not watching any college football pregame show about the whole day's game. But we know Saturday was about the Army-Navy game for sure. So that made the list. This also made the list. Ryan Clark, former NFL player. Great guy, great human. But I think we all have moments that we forget The microphone is on and the camera is on us. Because some questions should not be answered out loud when you get your own feelings in there. So we all know what happened with the Michigan coach. The allegations, what we think we know, the more questions we have, and the stories that have come out since then. And Ryan Clark said, Coach Moore's actions brought the black man down, brought the race down for his actions. So, because he had a high-profile job, he put himself in a situation to allegedly get involved with his assistant. And that is bringing the black race down, the black man down, because of his actions. That Michigan coach, what he did, his actions is bringing the black man down. How? How? There's nothing anybody in the TV, on any sports team, college or pro, who doesn't know me by all three names has ever affected what's in my life. That is the dumbest damn thing I ever heard. ESPN should suspend him for that. Are you kidding me? We wouldn't be in this situation. Let that still be true. Let Michigan be undefeated. That story is not coming out. That story would have never came out. The DoorDash, the OnlyFans model, the text messaging, none of that would have came out if Michigan was undefeated. None of that would have came out, especially would have beat the Ohio State. There's no way that story would have came out. I'm not buying it. Not buying it at all. Not buying it at all. What I am buying, this Michael Jordan NASCAR situation. It's a whole lot of moving parts, but basically, Michael Jordan won. They settled out of court. For the way NASCAR was being run was not a way for the teams to compete financially. You got to pay to get the car on the track. You got to pay every year another fee. How is that a win-win for NASCAR? So Jordan and other owners got together and had to come up with a plan. That way that man walked in and out of that courtroom, something else. If you just tuned into the show, this is Certa Pro Painters presents Montes at Midday, and we're reading The List. And up next is TJ Watt's story. Just because someone is a doctor or a lawyer at a prestigious institution doesn't mean they know what they're doing. I'm going to say it again. Just because a doctor went to this school, works at that hospital, or this medical institution doesn't mean they always right and know what they're doing. Just because this lawyer has this degree, went to that institution, works for this firm, doesn't mean they know the law to help you. What happened to TJ Watt is unfathomable to me. He was getting a shot by a team doctor that punctured his lung. They did the Tyrod Taylor, not TJ Watt. Who are these doctors? We need to get these people accountable. Who are these people? They got the People's Clinic in there? I mean, what's going on from the 70s? Where are they getting these doctors from? On these professional sports teams. Don't get me started on the NBA. Oh, my goodness. Those are the worst doctors in sports. Hockey, you next, then NFL. But my goodness. I made it through it. I wept because a little bit of the story was kind of similar to mine. Not of the injury, but the way it is explained to you medically what's going on with you. I'm talking about the ESPN 30 for 30 Stuart Scott. Booyah! If you haven't seen it, I'm telling you, representation means a lot. Means a lot. In the way sports was depicted in the 90s, the way it changed right in front of us, the culture that was behind it, the hip-hop era, and the clothing area all met and formed a beautiful relationship with sports, hip-hop, fashion, and sports talk shows. It all clashed, and it came together beautifully. I don't recall the beef back then if someone saw your photo of an outfit with a female or a male. But now, they're so quick to judge. They want to be right. They want to be wrong. They want to be involved. But this ESPN 30 for 30 that they did was beautifully done on Stuart Scott. I can't tell you nothing you don't know about the man if you follow sports or if you watch ESPN back in the day or if you're from North Carolina. But when they're discussing his eye injury that happened in high school, and he was still trying to play football, but he was completely blind in one eye. And then he had the crazy idea he was doing a story with the Jets and was actually going to try out for the Jets. So he's doing football drills with them. And the machine that they use for receivers to catch and punt returners and kick returners to catch with, and tight ends and running backs, that ball machine, one hit him in his other eye. And it was, the way they're explaining is exactly what I went through. The way the doctors are talking to you, and you're hearing this language, these medical terms, and you want to make it as plain and simple as what is going on, how to treat this, what does this mean moving forward? Will I be able to see? Will I go completely blind? All these questions are coming out. And that segment that they showed in that 30 for 30, that's when I kind of got emotional. Because when I went to the LHON clinic that came here in July at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in downtown St. Louis, beautifully hosted and beautifully done. It was kind of the same thing, the way things were being explained moving forward to the future, but they had actual people there explaining this who have the same type of condition. Low vision, partially blind, legally blind, but have the form of LHON, Leber's hereditary optical neuropathy. So that section of the Stuart Scott was pretty damn amazing, but still the whole thing was pretty damn cool. And I tell you what else was cool, 60 Minutes last night. Did you see that? Did you see 60 Minutes last night? It did the story on Indiana University. The Hoosiers. Sir. Undefeated. Coach Cignetti. They're telling the story. You can watch it today if you have any of those devices. You can rewind it, but it's a beautiful story. The way they went about getting Coach Cignetti, what the athletic director, what the president did, what the broadcaster for them all thought, the people involved to get the football program on the map. John Mellencamp, you know who that is, and also Mark Cuban. Check it out if you get a chance, 60 Minutes piece on Indiana football. And next, we're going to talk even more about it, but for sure, I think the word that comes to mind today, the word of the day, is frustration. When it's something you can control, it's more fixable. It's those frustrations you can't control at all. And I think that's what we're about to get into on what took place yesterday in the NFL. And that completes the list. Brought to you by STL Truck Hillbilly, a.k.a. John Gibbs at Down Brown Chevrolet, 2244 South Kings Highway. It's that time of year to buy for yourself or your loved one or someone you just want to be nice to. New, pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, this is your guy, the STL Truck Hillbilly. Don Brown Chevrolet, 2244 South Kings Highway. Okay, good folks. Now it's time. I know it happened somewhere. Now it's time. It is Furniture Moving Monday time. A lot of things happened yesterday. A lot of things happened yesterday. A lot of things happened yesterday. A whole lot of things. And this segment here is brought to you by St. Louis Moving Company, LLC. 314-669-5971. St. Louis Best Moving, LLC. Go to stlmoving.com to plan your next move, whether residential or commercial. The boys got you covered. Boom. Usually, following however your team did, or if you missed the playoffs in fantasy football, Mondays can be a celebratory moment, a bragging moment, or a moment we all just want to forget. Or if you have no dog in the fight and you one of these people that use the gambling sites, you did pretty well this weekend, good for you. But between the injuries and the tempers and fights in the NFL yesterday, oh my goodness. I mean, where do we begin? What happened with the NFL yesterday? Where do you want to begin? I mean, how should this conversation start? Because somebody right now is sitting down talking to their lawyer about what happened yesterday at the bar. Well, it all started when he kept saying, "Go Chiefs." But in the NFL yesterday, it's already been one firing. It's not 2 o'clock yet, so hold on. On you side chicks and side men, make sure your person still has a job after 2 o'clock today. Because today is the last day to put in your request for your Christmas gift. Cleveland, Chicago game. That's some things I'm not doing. Some things I'm not doing. I don't want to play football that bad. That wind chill factor yesterday was, and he had fans with their shirt off, probably in the hospital right now. That's probably a Todd, a Dave, and a Chris in the hospital right now that went to the Bears game yesterday because they want to take off their shirt. Every time I looked up, Shador was on the ground or running for his life. If the Bears would have won last week, people would have ran on the field yesterday in skirts, no shirt on, with their fingernails painted. But the Bears won again. Baltimore and Cincinnati. Oh, how the mighty have fallen with their words. Week ago, we having fun. It's good to be back out here, ain't it? Joe's back. Really? Okay. Body language. People read lips out here. Body language. Ill-advised comments in the heat of the moment. Body language. Joe Burrow, supposed to be a quarterback. You have set Cincinnati back. Something the Bengal fans don't want to remember. The Carson Palmer era. Ring a bell? You could be headed there again. Baltimore, I don't think you're off the hook yet. But that was a well-played game by you yesterday. The Chargers at the Chiefs. Chiefs. Why? I want somebody that's a Chief fan. I'm talking your whole crib decorated. You probably named your child after one of them damn players or a dog. You think you play for the Chiefs. I want you to answer this one question. Why didn't the Chiefs address the needs and wants in the offseason? Nobody wants to answer that question, do they? Nobody wants. Everybody knew what the Chiefs needed. See, this is what they have. They have a draft board. They know where every player that they're going to keep. They know the holes they got to fill. They know what's on the practice squad. They have a projectile board looking at the draft, who they want to get. And not one person in that room looked at the board and said, that's a lot of voids on there. That's a lot of ageism over here, meaning players getting old. OLD is something else. After age of 32, Send him out to the woods and shoot him, boss. You don't heal the same anymore. You're not being as productive as you used to be anymore. And that's what the Chiefs have found themselves in at. Do you want to go back to the Steve DeBerg times? You remember that? You remember that? And the Chargers are not the healthiest team in the league. They got 13 people on IR. You can't blame Andy Reid. You can't blame Patrick Mahomes. You can't blame Travis Kelce Taylor Swift Jr. Whole front office, get down here. Oh, see, their priorities was elsewhere. What were the Kansas City Chiefs doing other than football? Talk to me. Trying to get a new stadium. The soccer team, the women's soccer team situation. A music venue concert. That has nothing to do with football. That has nothing to do with football. I want an owner that wants to concentrate on the team. Damn them concerts. The team. You want a soccer team? Build another stadium. You're not playing here. This is for the football team. Give me an owner that's into the football team. Go all in on the football team. You won't have that anymore. I think those days are over. We got a lot of owners over the age of 85. How are they still allowed to go to work? But I do not. Look, Mahomes tore his ACL. He's at that critical age. He's not going to be the same for his movement, but he's going to return to football. You guys act like this was a Willis McGahee injury. You act like this was a Paul George injury. He tore his ACL. 50 people do it every year in the NFL. Kansas City Chiefs fans, you're going to be okay. Buffalo at Indiana. I'm sorry, Buffalo and the Patriots. I never saw Patriots fans make so many videos while the game is still going on the intertwines. I never seen so many Patriot fans go right to the intertwines as the game is still going on. When them two teams play, strange things happen. Only Cardinals and Cub fans will realize I'm talking about. When those two teams play, Buffalo and the Patriots, every time something weird happens in the game. Drake May was blocking downfield on a long touchdown run. Josh Allen played like a video game quarterback yesterday. I won't know what was said at halftime. It's the second team we've seen come back from 21-0 this year in less than 4 weeks. I want to hear the halftime speech. Is it some Ed Reed stuff? Is it some Ray Lewis stuff? Is it some Tim Tebow stuff? What is being said at halftime? Is Coach talking? Coach is talking? Veterans? Who is stepping up in the locker room? But that game had everything in it. Them Patriot fans. Drake May. Drake May. You know how they showed us what Brock Purdy was up to in the offseason? I want the same video footage on this one. I got to see what Drake May was doing this offseason. Show me. Ain't no way that progression was done that way when he was with the G-Men. That was there. Okay. Washington and New York. Sorry for the people that had to watch that game. That was injuries and awful coaching ruined that matchup. Ruined it. I don't think nothing was worse than Vegas and Philly. I have a good friend of mine, Charlie, my man, I call him. He's a Vegas Raider fan. How is it mathematically, humanly possible in 2025 for an NFL team to play a football game and only obtain 75 yards of offense? 75. We practicing every day this week. But you can't do that no more. Back in the day, we practicing after the game. They turn the lights off. Nah. Bring the cars in. Use the car headlights. We're going to fix this. We're going to fix this. But Philly, is Philly back? Is Philly back? Things about to get crucial. The Jets in Jacksonville. Shout out to Brady Cook. Threw his first touchdown. His mom and dad. Look at baby. My baby threw a touchdown in NFL. Oh, look at Brady. Sherman. Look at him. Jacksonville. I don't know if you've ever played sports on the same team with your best friends. I don't know if you've ever done that. How did it turn out for you? Because Trevor Lawrence is doing that. Etienne and the receiver are his best friends from their Clemson football team when they won the national championship. The man is playing professional football with his college teammates. The defense is caught on. He got a coach that's coaching him, not yelling at him, not putting him down after every damn play, pass, throw, interception. Every time you come on the sideline, Urban Meyer. He's coaching. Some guys need that. Some guys want that. Jacksonville, way to do it. Arizona, Houston. If C.J. Stroud can minimize the mistakes and they put the right game plan in front of him and show him the examples of when he improvs, the outcome. When he stays on the game plan, the outcome. And he follows that with great structure and go watch film this week, Houston could be a dangerous team. Arizona, another football team with problems on the offense. Green Bay at Denver. Wow. Every announcer. I watched 5 pregame shows yesterday while doing and folding laundry. Yes, I do my own laundry and fold my own laundry. The Navy taught me better than that. And I was raised by parents and a GMA. Every pregame show, from 10:30 in the morning up to kickoff, everybody had Green Bay. Oh, that defense. Oh, that Michael Parsons. They finally got Jordan Love playing the type of football he can play. Oh, look at his throws. I even bragged about his throws a couple weeks ago. He puts the ball where the receiver can get it, not the defender. Not the defender. You remember the passing window came out on Madden? It's kind of like that. Or the throwing technique that was on Joe Montana football. Old school video game reference right there. But you still got to play the game. I know what my defense can and can't do. I know Riley Moss. If I don't go to Denver and have a FaceTime, Zoom, direct looking at him conversation, we're going to have some issues. Every play on his side, there's a flag. He's throwing his hands up, talking to the ref. It can't be they fault all the time. The worst phrase ever as a child from the 70s to the 80s, if you went to school and you got in trouble and your parents say, what happened? What did you say? The teacher said. Oh, so it's the teacher's fault. And you did what? What happened? Whiplash moment. That's how I felt watching that game yesterday. Listen to these commentators before the pregame on all the reasons they were telling me how my team was going to lose. It's like somebody tell you, you're going to fail in life. That girl don't like you. You're going to lose your job today. They're going to repo your car. I don't want to hear that. I'm looking at all the positives. I know what my team cannot do. Defend the ball within legal rights of the NFL rules on the side of Riley Moss. We're going to have some problems. Sean Payton, that was the worst fourth down call I've ever seen in my entire life. And referees, if you don't see the damn play, stop saying they were down. Stop saying they were down. But Michael Parsons going out. Oh, man. Again, especially secondary players and linebackers. It happens to them all the time. Happens to them all the time. These are injuries they're going to come back from. I cannot remember the running back name. His dad went to Sumner, and he went to South Carolina, and he tore his knee up in college. He dropped in the draft, played a couple of years in the league, but due to the injury and how it affected his draft stock, mentally he could not get over that. See, when it gets to that part, when you want to keep playing this game, but due to the way you were injured, you cannot get it out of your mind how you got hurt, and it was helping him to move forward. But I think Michael Parsons is going to come back and be okay. But Green Bay, they're still in this thing. Hold tight now. They're still in this thing. They're still in this thing. Detroit at the Rams. Now, that was a good game. That was a damn good game. You playing against the guy you were traded for? You playing against the team that offensive line couldn't protect anybody? You playing against the team you almost died playing an NFL game? You came back in throwing a game-winning pass and won? Matthew Stafford years in Detroit. Jared Goff, you playing against a team that lets you go after you took them to the promised land. It wasn't your fault that your coach, Sean McVay, couldn't help looking at Bill Belichick with them gleamy eyes. He was a man-crushing love during that Super Bowl. He never once looked at his playbook during that Super Bowl. He kept looking across the field at Darth Vader. Luke, I am your father. That's what was happening. That game yesterday had everything in it. Puka is something else. Watching Jared Goff and Matthew Stafford trade back-to-back beautiful throws was like watching a classic 80s tennis match. And these throws, damn the catches. That's your job, catch the ball. That's your job, to catch the ball. But the way they were making them throws yesterday, and them throws they were making, and I love the way they check off the defenders. Linebackers say, I got you. No, you don't. Over the head, right in the breadbasket. They both were making throws like that yesterday. But the Rams prevailed. Is Detroit in trouble? If it wasn't for the injury bug, I think Detroit could overcome a few losses. But now we're getting late. Went to the witching hour of the NFL season. Which way is your team going to go? Carolina and the Saints. I watched this game. I don't know how the Saints won this game. Don't say with a field goal. That's not what the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Carolina gave this game away. When players give a game away and they're watching game film, what is being said in each room? Because as much as I watch Hard Knocks, I've been watching Hard Knocks since season 1. There's never any accountability. They're just showing you what you did wrong. A few laughs here, finger point, but nobody's saying what happened here. I never hear the answer. I want to hear the damn answer if we're watching game film. Remember watching film in school, and the teacher would stop the film, turn the light on, and give us 5 questions? What happened in that era? The things we grew up on are still important today. The follow-up. Still don't know what happened in that game. Tennessee at the 49ers. Tennessee. See, that's another franchise. They mind not on football. Tennessee trying to get a baseball team. They are trying to get they are not concerned about that football team. That's the least of their worries. Their attention is going to go back to that football team once they secure a Major League Baseball team. If they can get Cam Ward some help, and Cam, if you're watching and listening, I'm going to watch your documentary today on Tubi. They get him some help. I'm not saying they would have beat the 49ers, but damn it. That boy can play football. 49ers. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy. Mm, mm, mm. Indy at Seattle. Got a 44-year-old quarterback. He hasn't played in 5 years. He has 10 kids. You know, he's a grandfather. He's a football coach in Alabama, too. None of that matters. Those are not the type of accolades I want to hear. Nothing in there was promising about getting me ready to go play a game that I love after being gone for 5 years. Because there's a special group of guys on that team that the last time I played and we made a playoff run, we fell a little short. And I have an opportunity to play with those guys again, let's go. If you've ever seen Phillip Rivers play in person, it's special. I was very lucky to see him play a few times when he was in college at NC State and he was with the Chargers back in the day. I've never heard so many negative comments about why a person shouldn't be doing something. And it's been with the Colts. A couple of years ago, it was with Jeff Saturday. Oh, I can't believe they're hearing Jeff Saturday just because he played in the league. He's an ESPN analyst on football. He has no coaching experience at all. If you've been playing a particular sport for over 5 years, there's something you can give back to the game. If you've been playing one sport for at least 5 years at a high level, there's something you can give back to the game when it comes to coaching. How many of those announcers on any sports program that you watch, any of them ever played sports? It's like listen to somebody about marriage advice that's never been married. You don't go sit your ass down. You've never been here. Single people can't tell married people a darn thing. Nothing. Don't listen to them. Walk away. Let's bring that back. Hand to the face. Boof, bop, poof, be gone. Bring all that back. Bring all that back. But my goodness, never heard so much negative things about a man playing a sport he loves. Because the opportunity was there. You jealous you didn't get the call? We see what you players do in the offseason. Who was really in shape to come that fast? Day after his birthday, he on a plane. He got the ownership group in there and the daughters watching him practice. Okay, we can do this. So what, he can't throw the ball 60 yards? Does anybody remember when the Broncos and the 49ers ran out of quarterbacks? We had a receiver at quarterback that hadn't played quarterback since high school. And you want to put him in an NFL game? But Phillip Rivers, Hall of Fame going, he can't quarterback? I wish I could have been of an announcing team yesterday. I wish I could have been a part of that. But Seattle, they almost shat the bed. There were 2 drops by 2 Indianapolis Colts receivers. If they would have caught them, I would have loved to have seen the narrative this morning about Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Oh, it's one of the smartest moves you can make. A guy that knows the game of football and knows his organization, and with an offensive line like that, I have Phillip Rivers winning this. No, you didn't. Not one damn announcer had the Colts or the Broncos winning yesterday. And the Colts came damn close. A 60-yard field goal and a 59-yard field goal. Seattle winning the game without scoring a touchdown? I bet a offensive line veteran spoke to that team before the game and said, look here, we're going to go back to the days of isotonic gloves when Dan Marino used to give out to his offensive line. We can't let nobody touch the old man today. He got tapped one time. After that, no, player. No, not on my watch. Not on my watch. When you have the respect like that in a team like that, with a player like that, good things can happen. Almost isn't good enough, but damn, what a game, what a game, what a game, what a game. I enjoyed that game as well. Ooh. Got another game I enjoyed yesterday, the nightcap. Ooh, man. Dallas and Minnesota. Oh, oh boy. I don't know what fans I like seeing when they win or lose more on the internet than the Chiefs or the Cowboy fans. Cowboy fans, you know why. Too much cologne, too much weave, and they always right. They like vegans. They always right. Or a person that just started the gym and lost 10 pounds in 10 days. Now they're nutritionists. Know every damn thing. Not up in here. Not up in here. That's another team. And they got all the money in the world, but Jerry Mine was not on the team. He tells you in the documentary what was up. That oil. Something was going on with the oil. You know, his kid's afraid of him. Well, that daughter not. She know how to talk to him. But his mind was not on the team. Dallas did not address the needs in the offseason either. He just think those slow, landman oil, vernacular drag is going to win over other teams when he's talking. No, you still got to play the game of football. You still got to play the game of football. But I don't understand how Dallas is that healthy. J.J. McCarthy is basically a rookie. He was hurt all last year. He did the gritty on them. He has not been playing the best football this year. And Dallas had nobody hurt. But the defense is what the issue was. So just think if Dallas would have kept Parsons and added Homeboy that's on the team now. What would Dallas be then? Because Dallas can't do what? Stop the run. When teams know where they're not good at, why they don't fix it? Why? Why can't you turn it around in 3 years? Why does it take 10 years for some teams, 15 for others, 35 for others? Can you imagine being a fan of teams like that? They wait that long to pay attention to the realities of life. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. And I fail to refuse to believe that there are teams out there like that. It is. Those are the matchups. But I also observed this. The injuries and the tempers yesterday. There were fights. Carolina Saints, Kansas City, and the Chargers. Denver and Green Bay was crazy. Seattle and the Colts got out of hand. But Carolina Saints and that Denver Green Bay fight, man, I don't know what was said. I don't know what can you say to me if I'm wearing full pads and a helmet that I want to throw a punch and try to hit you through that. What did you say? What can be said to get a person that angry that they want to take their fist, which could probably fracture some bones or fingers or an entire hand, to try to hit you in the face? Because I have done that before. I got so angry at myself, I took this hand and hit the pole in the dugout. Instantly, all my knuckles disappeared. Wasn't the smartest thing I ever done. I bet it's a whole lot. I can't wait to see the fines that are going to be handed out this week. Kansas City Chief receiver Rashee Rice. Ooh, buddy. 2 weeks in a row, huh? I'm just going to, your name should be #karma. If you know, you know. Myles Garrett. His demeanor, his words about TJ Watt and the situation, the way he's handling the season, the negativity that he received for signing that contract to stay with Cleveland, even though we know how the front office operates and that whole organization operates. But this man has 22 sacks. One more and that's a wrap. That's the record. I think Myles Garrett is going to do something special for Mark Gastineau, who wanted to beat the shit out of Brett Favre. If you never saw that video, that's hilarious. But Myles Garrett. I thought it was pretty cool that USC women's basketball team and UConn women's basketball team, prior to the game, may she still rest forever, Kobe Bryant's daughter, Gigi, would have been a freshman. So what both teams did, they wore a different pair of Kobe Bryant shoes. I think that's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. Okay. I think this conversation we're going to get going this week because we have to wait so long into the college championship. But the bowl games. The attendance is going to be down. They're going to run all kind of marketing campaigns to get people to get to these games for free. For free. There are a lot of thoughts out there and opinions on what could be the problem. Conference realignment, transfer portal, NIL, and coaches leaving a program. I think that's hurting college bowl games. I mean, if a team opts out of a bowl game for various reasons, we've seen people get hurt in bowl games. And then we say to ourselves, why were they playing in that game? They go into the league. The last person I remember, the last two players I remember handing to, I cannot remember the kid name from South Carolina that has St. Louis connections because the 49ers drafted him. And Willis McGahee out of Miami. They both got hurt in bowl games. I know for a fact Willis McGahee did. And that began the question of players that we knew that were dominant, that were going to be a first-round pick, high draft pick, playing these meaningless bowl games. Now, if it's national championship, that's a different story. I mean, that was the narrative back then. But now these guys have these NIL deals. But the realignment of college football has really hurt college football. There's no cap on NIL yet, and I think this season, the players get a portion of the revenue coming in. So there's a lot of money moving in college sports. There's a lot of money moving in college sports, and there's no real direction with that. In the transfer situation, they have cut down on that. They have cut down on that. There's certain restrictions on it now. And coaches leaving a program that's on the rise or have some commitment for some top athletes. All those need to be addressed, but I don't think it's anything that's going to be fixed this college bowl season or next season. This is going to take some time and some work and some talking to. But to the players that are participating in these bowl games and teams and coaches, thank you. We appreciate it. Because I like watching any bowl game. I'm going to watch them. I think our first one is tomorrow. Our first bowl game is tomorrow, I think. I'm going to watch them all because there's a lot of these kids we didn't get a chance to see or teams or hear about these coaches. And these guys that call bowl games are not average household names we know calling games. It's guys just getting started broadcasting to television, sideline reporters, but they find these stories about these athletes, their backstory. We're not talking about Jamal Mama being shot and Henry's dad died in a DUI accident. We're not talking about that. I'm talking about their athletic stories and their academic stories, why they love the game, where they're from, the connection to the game, stories like that, and coaches on the rise. They tell you about a position coach. So that's why I like watching the bowl games. I used to did not like the bowl games, but I do now. I love the college bowl game season. Now, if we can figure out a way to get these games to look closely played, I think about 15 years ago, I was hanging out with a group of guys. They figured out a way to start college bowl game, the playoffs. I think it was after finals. And it'll be done New Year's Day. It was something crazy like that, but it sounded like a great idea at the time. Like most things, let's get married. You've done it. If you haven't, you ought to try it. It works for some people. If it's not for you, you will find out very, very quickly. If you just tuning in, didn't catch the whole show, don't forget you can always go back and check out the show. You can follow us on YouTube, Dre Montes, TikTok, Dre Montes 63, as well as Mycitymymusic on TikTok as well, and YouTube, and any social media platform you may be affiliated with for sure. You can also follow me on Facebook, Dre Montes, and we also have a Facebook page for our podcast, Who's to Blame, the podcast that we do every Wednesday. And also you can follow us on X, Twitter, at W2B Dre Montes, as well as Instagram, Who's to Blame, the podcast. Those are all the ways you can follow the show. And I know the new year is coming up. If you're thinking about doing some advertising or promotion, feel free. Have plenty of opportunity here by putting your logo or company name on our 65-inch in-studio television that can be displayed during live shows, as you can see on the YouTube page for Mycitymymusic, as well as a banner ad that scrolls continuously as I'm doing the show through StreamYard, as well as sharing a link on your website for sure, on my website. So it's all kind of ways to get involved with the show. So if you want to do some marketing and advertising of your business or profession or product, please inbox me. And I have you as a guest on the show, in studio or up on the TV. That way you can say, Mama, Jody on TV. You can put them on the 65-inch TV in studio. But here's the one thing I do require. You must be computer literate to know how to hit a link and open up a link. I have met over 65 people this year that are over the age of 35, under 50, that do not understand the concept of open up the link or I'm going to send you the link. How is that possible? These folks have iPhones. Y'all keep going in stores just buying stuff, not figuring out how to use it. Stop buying your grandma, grandpa, and your parents smart devices if they don't know how to use the manual device, okay? Don't buy nobody no smart fridge. Please don't do it. It's a nightmare. If you never seen a smart fridge, oh my God. Well, we're going to get out of here. It's been fun today. Again, thank you. Oh, by the way, tomorrow at Friendly's, having a fundraiser auction for one of the fallen members, Rob, that was injured one night leaving work by some idiots. Santa will be there. Donation photos are available, as well as a donation jar at the bar. And you can bid on the items that are available for the auction all day starting at 11 o'clock. That's tomorrow, going on at Friendly's in South City at 3503 Roger Place. All right, kids, boys, and girls, let's find some music. Let's find some music and get on up out of here. I hate this thing want me to do all this. There we go. Let's find some music and get up out of here. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks again for tuning in to Certa Pro Painters presents Montes at Midday. Until Wednesday, as they say in the hood, I'll holler at you later, and we'll see you then, folks. Thanks again. Appreciate it, and we out. Boom. Boom. Let's get some music and go, and we'll be good on the other side of the